Hey guys, today I want to kind of share with you a question that keeps reoccurring to me, even being 7 months in on, repairing this relationship I have with my body. And that question that keeps coming up is, how do I accept my body? How do I accept my body just the way it is every single day? And I think a big part that makes it difficult to accept your body is how the world has taught you to hate yourself. I think that with everything we're bombarded with, the unrealistic and, those potentially harmful images of those perfect bodies makes it hard to, accept and love and feel confident in your own skin, which I think is critical because you should be able to love yourself and to love your body every single day, no matter what it looks like. I think it's just also important to, learn to love your body physically and to feel, comfortable with the capabilities your body allows you to do. There are a lot of people who can't, get around easily, and there's a lot of people that can't work out properly or do the things that your body allows you to do. And I think that it's important to realize that and just be happy that you have the body you have and your body allows you to do the things it allows you to do. And for me, I just realized that I don't think I appreciate my unique body enough. I don't think that I am really identifying what I like about my body and my appearance. I think that I need to find those things I appreciate about my body and continue to remind myself that, that it's important that I learn to love and appreciate all the good qualities, including the physical ones about my body, and learn to accept my body as it is, and to just continue to appreciate what my body allows me to do and try not to change who I am or focus on those, qualities about myself that I don't like. I need to learn to enjoy how my body moves and feels and gets around and be kind to my body as it is right now, because I think that it's so easy to be mean to yourself and to pick yourself apart, but I need to learn to appreciate just how my body moves and what it allows me to do, and to recognize what makes me feel good and what brings me joy and what makes me happy. My body allows me to go on walks with my husband and to be out in nature. My body lets me do these certain workouts that I want to do, and I should appreciate that my body allows me to do that again, because there are so many people out there that their bodies physically don't allow them to do those things. Being able to go on vacation and see the Grand Canyon and walk around and just be in that moment, if I was, physically not able to do that, I think I would appreciate it even more, because you should appreciate your unique body and you should appreciate the things that it allows you to do, because again, a lot of other people can't do that. And I think, another thing for me is learning to avoid the negative thoughts I have about my body. I recently, thought about how many times a day am I having negative thoughts about myself, or how many times a day am I saying something negative about my self-image? Because, negative thoughts do nothing to improve your self-esteem or your self-image. So it's like, how many times are we doing that? How many times are we saying these negative things about ourselves? How many times are we talking down to ourselves? And how does that make us feel? And then on the other side of that, I had to say to myself, how many times am I saying something positive to myself? How many times am I lifting myself up? Because chances are I'm more critical than positive. And, I try to start each day now with saying a few positive things about myself, or, standing in the mirror and, looking at my appearance and saying the things that I like. And, throughout the day, I remind myself of those things that I like or those positive things that I said when I'm, critical of myself or self-conscious. And, I think in the beginning it was very hard to do that because for so long I've been so critical and so negative that it was hard to shift my mindset to not say those things about myself. But the more I did it, the more I started just to accept my body as it is and just really give myself some time to do that. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that's just going to automatically happen. But the more you practice it, the easier it's going to become. And something else that I started doing was limiting my exposure to those negative media images, those accounts that made me feel bad about my body, those accounts that always talked about eating healthy and working out, and the accounts that I felt like were always showing the good, because a lot of pictures on the internet are altered. People take what they took of themselves, that picture, and they alter the background or they edit their bodies and they make it seem like everything in that picture is real when in reality it's not. And I think that if you start to realize that, you start to realize that a lot of people are just showing the good, the perfect created content that they want to show. They're not showing the real them. And I do feel like there are a lot more people who are showing their real selves and their real bodies because they just want to be themselves and they want to show themselves as they are. And I think that that is wonderful. Show the ugly, show the messy, because I think that you're able to connect with more people when you do that. That's why I do it. I started not editing my photos. I started just showing me as I am, even the photos that I don't necessarily like about myself or like the look of my body. Like, I'm going to share it anyways because I'd rather be 100% me than, not be myself. And something else that you realize that you have to do is you have to distance yourself from those people in your life that make comments about your body, and in the moment they might not realize that their words or their behavior is hurting you, but it does. And I realize there are certain people, who have said things to me that kind of hurt my feelings, and to kind of distance myself from those people and to say, like, maybe they didn't realize what they were saying to me was harmful, but I'm going to do what I need to do for myself to keep myself strong and to keep myself in the right mindset. And if it's kind of distancing myself from those people, that's what I'm going to do, because I need to do what I need to do for myself to protect myself and kind of move forward, in this journey that I'm on. That's also, learning to focus on the positives. Something that I struggle with is when people compliment me. When they, something that comes to mind is when we went to, last month in June, a wedding I attended. I felt very self-conscious about the dress I was in. I even shared, a vlog with you guys about that I felt very self-conscious and I didn't like the way my body looked. But then when I went to the wedding, I had a couple people comment on how nice I looked and how cute the dress was. And, in my mind, I would just say, oh, they're just being nice. They're, that's not how they really feel. But maybe you have had that. We need to consider that, other people are being honest and they're being nice and they're wanting you to know how you feel. But I think for so long, because of the way we have felt about ourselves, we just start to overthink about it. We start to overthink about our choices and why did I wear this dress? And, in those moments too, I've had to stop myself and just be positive and remind myself of the things that I like about my body and of the choices that I made. Like, I love that dress when I bought it. I felt pretty the first time I put it on. And just because, I was having a day where I was bloated doesn't mean I'm not still beautiful. And I still couldn't wear the dress. And these people who commented on me weren't trying to make me feel better because I was self-conscious. They truly thought I looked pretty and beautiful in that dress. And in that moment, I kind of just let it go and again allowed myself to enjoy the time I was having with the people around me, because if I let it fester and I would have just overthought, the dress and how I was feeling, the rest of the night would have been ruined. So it's almost like in those moments when people say something to you, don't just write it off. Really think about, that they're being honest with you and they want you to know that you are beautiful and you are pretty and there's nothing wrong with your body in whatever clothing you have on. Something else I had to repair was my relationship with how I looked at myself in the mirror. I talked about it before in other vlogs that I had to take my mirror away. I had to put it in a different bedroom. Even when I went into the bathroom to do my hair, my makeup, looking at myself in the mirror, I didn't let my thoughts go too far. I just kind of brushed my teeth, did my hair, did my makeup, and moved on. If I allowed myself, that time, like too much time to stand in the mirror, I found it easy to pick myself apart. So, once I was able to put the mirror back out and really look at myself in the mirror, I would tell myself and spend some time saying things about myself again that I liked about my appearance and what I liked about my body. And I made it a rule that I couldn't say anything negative about myself because I knew if I did, it would make me spiral. So, instead I started identifying the positive things that I saw and the things that I like. And I said to myself, it's going to be hard and it's going to take some time, but this is what I need to do for myself. And I also, started looking up quotes on Google or Pinterest about, these positive quotes you can say to your body. And I would say those things to myself. Or something that I started to do is at the beginning of every month, I would take a Post-it note and I would find a quote that I liked and I would write it down on the Post-it note, and then I would put it in the corner of the mirror in the bathroom. So then when I went to the bathroom, I saw that quote, and that quote reminded me of the journey that I'm going on and the things that I want to do and the things that I want to teach myself and the relationship I'm improving with my body. And it made me feel better. And it made me realize when I looked in the mirror, I didn't have to pick myself apart or to feel horrible. And I think that, that works for me, and I think it could work for you. Every month, at the beginning of the month, take a Post-it note, write down a quote you see, write the date of when you put it on, like the date in the corner of when you wrote it down, and then put it in your mirror. Put it in your full-length mirror. Put multiple ones all over the place, so then when you go to step in front of it, you are reading these things that and feel about yourself that make you feel better. And I think, one of the last things that I had to do to keep things in perspective for myself is learning to compare myself only to myself. And learning that my body is unique and that all of us are born with these unique qualities. And to go a step further, we are all born with different genetics that make us up and that make up our bodies. And wishing and hoping that I could look like somebody else is almost silly, because with your genetics and with your body makeup, you're never going to look like anybody else. You're uniquely you, and you're supposed to look like you. And I found that no matter who I idolized or who I looked at, like, no matter if I ate like them or exercised like them, like, my body is never going to look like them, because we have two different body types. And I needed to focus on my body, what worked for me, what exercises made me feel good and my body feel good, what foods fueled my body and made me feel good. Because again, what works for them isn't going to work for me, and what works for me isn't going to work for you. That's just how it is. That's just how our bodies are made up. So it's almost like I needed to learn how to work on myself for myself, and not because I was trying to look like someone else. And again, that comes along with being patient and kind to yourself along the way, because you're going to have tough times and you're going to have tough moments, but you just learn to love yourself every moment of every day, and to love your body, and again, to appreciate all the things your body allows you to do. Because remember that, body image is only one part of a healthy self-image. Your body is only one part. And it's important for, me and for you to realize that your self-worth isn't defined in any sense by the way you look. How you feel about yourself isn't defined by your body. It's truly defined about how you just feel. Like, your body has nothing to do with your personality or your character. Your body has nothing to do if you're a good person or not. Your body has nothing to do with your self-worth. It's just a body. It's just who you are. And I think if we can focus more on who we are on the inside, like our character, our personality traits, the things that make us who we are, the less we will think about our bodies. And something I also had to think about is the people that I look up to in my life and admire. I don't look at them and automatically see their body and think about the way their body looks. I admire who they are on the inside, and the things they do and the things they say. And I think that's important for you to do, because then it's kind of like going back to yourself and saying, like, what are the things that I admire and look up to in myself that has nothing to do with my body? What are the things I like to do? What are the things I like, to talk about with people, and the things that bring me happiness and joy? Because a lot of the times those things have nothing to do with your body. Your personality and everything has nothing to do with how your body looks. It's truly who you are. Your body, again, is just one part of that. And I just think that it's important to keep these things in perspective, appreciating my body for the way it is, learning to, shift those negative things I say about myself, focus on the positive, and then again, keep things in perspective that I am competing with myself. I'm not competing with other people. I'm simply competing with myself. And how can I push myself, every single day to keep repairing this relationship with my body, and to keep my mindset in the right space so I don't, spiral and I don't go backwards. So there are 4 different things I have been practicing saying to myself to accept my body that I want to share with you guys. The first one is, my body will not please everybody. There will always be people that like and dislike my body. This is true no matter what size, shape, or color your body is. There is always going to be somebody that has something to say. And that's okay, because I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to please myself. And if I can learn that, then what other people say isn't going to affect me, because number 2 is not my job. It's not my job to change my body so people like it. My job is to accept my body the way it is, and if I want to change it, then I will make those changes. I'm not making those changes for other people, because that's not my job. Number 3 is that it doesn't add or take away from my value. Whether or not someone likes my body, that does not add or take away any value from me and my body. It just simply doesn't. No matter what people say, no matter what people do, it's how I value myself and how I see myself that ultimately matters at the end of the day. And the last thing I tell myself is it is their insecurity and their issue, not mine. If someone dislikes my body, it is more of a reflection of their insecurities of their own bodies. You know, people who trust their bodies, who love their bodies, don't go around with negative judgments about other people's bodies. You know, this is their issue, not mine or my body's issue. I found for myself that the more I repair this relationship with my body, the more I put in practice to truly loving myself, the less critical I am of other people. I think when I was insecure about my own body, or if, I was having those negative days, I felt, like it was easy to pick other people apart, to like look at people and say, oh, she really shouldn't be wearing that. Or, her makeup, that was the choice she made. And I think that was because I was dealing with that myself. Oh, this is the outfit I chose. Is that the makeup I really thought I wanted to put on today, or thought I was good? Did I really think my hair turned out as good as I thought it did? And I realized that the more I worked on myself and the more I reflected with how I felt about myself and how I felt about my own body, the less I started picking other people apart. When I saw somebody wearing something, I would, instead of saying, that's what they thought fit their body, I would say, that's really cute on them, or that's a cute top, or that's a cute dress, or her hair looks really pretty. And I think that's because I started doing that for myself. Oh, my hair looked really good today. This outfit is super cute and I'm, so excited to wear this. Or this dress is really pretty and I can't wait to go out and have other people see it. And again, the more that we're able to do that, the less we're picking ourselves apart and the less we're judging other people. When we're insecure about ourselves, it's easy to judge other people. But the more we become secure with our bodies and how we talk to ourselves, the less we are looking to pick people apart. I'm not saying we're never going to do that, because I think that's just something, we do as humans, as we see something and we're like, ugh, like, I don't know about that. But I think we can start to do that less and not comment on other people when we feel more secure in our own bodies and with our own selves. And I think that is a beautiful thing. I love how far I've come on this journey, and I love how I'm always constantly, learning new things about how to appreciate myself and, every single day, and to appreciate my body for the things that it allows me to do. And I will continue to do that, for the rest of my life. I think that the more I connect with myself, the easier things will become. But I still think, again, I'm going to have those bad days that I pick myself apart. And I'm going to have those, bad and negative body image days where I put something on and I don't like it and I change. And that's okay, because, again, I think it's normal to have those days and to feel that way. And again, that's why I created a vlog about it. Negative body image days are normal. They're going to happen. It's just a part of life and who we are. And we can't stop it. But what we can stop is the spiral from happening. What we can stop is it from going too far and making us feel horrible. What we can do is acknowledge that it's happening and to remind ourselves that our body is fine the way it is. And we don't need to change it for anybody unless we want to change it for ourselves. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys today, because I think there might be a lot of us that, have questioned, how do I accept my body? How do I just accept myself the way I am? And it can be hard, but I think if we put in the practice and we remind ourselves of, that relationship that we want to have, and that, true meaning of, loving your body no matter what. I think the more we can do that, the easier it's going to become. I do it every single day, and I continue to do it, every week and every month, and I continue to repair this relationship with my body that I never thought would be possible, because for so long I've torn myself apart. And it feels good to not be self-conscious all the time or have anxiety about my outfits that I'm putting together. It feels good just to put clothes on and feel cute, and to not have any second thoughts about what I put on that day. It feels good to just be me, and I will continue to do that. And I will continue to share this journey with you guys. And maybe something I said today, was helpful for you and made you realize that you might need to work on repairing your relationship with how you see yourself. Because there are a lot of us who, are negative about ourselves and feel horrible about our bodies. And I just don't think we're supposed to live life like that. I think we're just supposed to enjoy life, eat the things that are good and make us happy, and wear the outfits that we feel pretty in. And I think that's just ultimately the best gift you can give yourself, is repair your relationship with yourself and your body so you can just live the best life you can live. So thanks for letting me chat with you guys today, and I will talk to you guys again real soon in the next vlog.